Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have a re-review. So this is Hoplicated from Side Ales, Imperial Citra Pale Ale. Now, a brewery can call it what they want. I'm not going to slam it for that, but can you really have an Imperial Pale Ale? I mean, are they just adding sugar to drive up the ABV and keeping like the pale ale malt bill? Because usually, in order to get higher ABV by grain, you would add more grain to pull more sugar to ferment more. But I guess if you did a pale ale grain bill and add a crap ton of sugar or a fermentable in there, that would drive it up. So you could say, okay, this is a pale ale because here's the grain bill. Yeah, I don't know. I did have this in 2017. I did see my score. That was a 4.5. So we'll see how much that's changed over the years. Single hop pale ale is what is on here. Complex. Yeah, and that is about it. This is 9% ABV, manufactured on 7/25/22, so about 6 weeks old. From the picture, I had it in a glass, or a bottle, I should say. So let's go ahead and get this open and get it into a glass and see what I think about this in 2022. I saw the can art. I like the can art, how it's done. I didn't remember having it because I probably wouldn't have picked it up. I try not to review older beers, but sometimes it's kind of nice just to see how my palate's changed. And again, I did not watch the older review before doing this. So, off-white, a touch of caramel, touch of orange coming through that head. A finger of head. Bubbles are compact and spread apart. Orange in color, that caramel, using caramel malts in the grain bill is what it looks like if this is only single hopped. Yeah, I would say for a 9% Imperial Pale Ale, sure, but again, is that a Pale Ale grain bill? I wouldn't think you would see a pale ale like this. At least the ones I've had and made are more yellow, light yellow in color. But again, I could really care less. It's just kind of funny, almost like an Imperial Porter. Isn't it a stout? But, okay, let's smell. Definitely get that sweet citrus coming through, candied orange, a little rind, but more of that sweeter citrus that you would expect in a like double IPA, triple IPA. Yeah, light malty syrup. But I think it's almost like a refreshing citrus, like orange citrus coming through. I would stick with the candied citrus, candied orange citrus. I think that sweetness is more towards that malt than like a very sweet orange or a very sweet citrus. I almost want to. Whoops! Wow. I almost want to say it has that like bigger double IPA smell, but it's not as high. That sweet malt, light syrup citrus, almost like a West Coast IPA without the bitterness. Not a lot of bitterness coming up off this. Let's go ahead and taste it. Wow. Okay. Like a sweet, juicy orange up front, about from beginning of the palate to maybe halfway. And then that malt, maybe a little carameled, malt comes into play, but that citrus keeps going. Aftertaste, the bitterness kind of comes up just a little bit of malt, and you get that orange citrus. That it's good. Like I would almost say like a juicy orange with malt. Wow, I can't believe I haven't picked this up before now. Smooth, easy drinking. I don't get the alcohol at all. That is dangerous. It kind of reminds me of Juice Force from New Belgium. That orange citrus in there. Body. I haven't said anything about the body. I wouldn't say it's light, but I wouldn't say it's medium like a standard double IPA would be. I would say it's in between. Um, yeah, even in the aftertaste, as you keep drinking it, that bitterness isn't building that much. I would almost call this a Imperial Juicy IPA. Um, Yeah, it's almost like the perceived bitterness is like 30, where usually in a double IPA, triple IPA, 65 to 100, somewhere in there. I would go 3.5, 4.5 again. I definitely want to go back and watch the review that I did in 2017 just to see if I said the same exact thing. But I would want more bitterness. Uh, it's not on the sweet side, but I think it would help balance it a little bit to have more sweetness. A little dry, maybe it's over attenuated. Um, but yeah, solid. I'm definitely going to have to pick a 6 pack of this up or a 4 pack. I don't even know where I got the last one. So let's go ahead and check Untapped. 34 of my friends have checked it in 3.99, so I'm higher. A little over 9,000 people, 3.96. So again, I'm higher. Hoppy, smooth, citrus, sweet, dry. Okay. Hoppy, I wouldn't go that far as hoppy. I don't think I would put hoppy on there. Per Untapped, 61 IBUs. Does not feel like that. Uh, I prefer the original pale ale version. So Connor gave it a 4.25. I think what is it? Citra. I think it's just called Citra. That is a very good one too. They've done other varieties off that. If Citra Pale Ale, I think is what it's called. Definitely a good one. But ooh, if I could find all those at once, I think I would do a side by side. But yeah, I'll stay with it. This is definitely over a 4.25 in my opinion. Tyler, this was in 2018, gave it a 4.75. So yeah, I think this is definitely a sleeper in my opinion. So yeah, if you can find this, if you're around this area, definitely worth picking up and trying. So if you enjoyed this review, check some more Outside Ales reviews out over here. And until next time, cheers.